Yeah.
Good.
Weirdo.
All right. In the last video, my daughter made me the headless teacher. And that's quite okay. It was a rookie mistake for her, I guess. What she doesn't understand is that this right here, this is what the ladies like.
Well, you're too bald for comfort.
Oh, she's got jokes about how much hair I have. Anyway, let's talk about how to draw atoms. So we're gonna go by 3 rules whenever we draw atoms. Rule number 1: the atomic number is the number of protons. So whenever you have to draw out this number of protons, look at the atomic number. Rule 2: to get the neutrons, subtract the atomic number from the atomic mass. So in order to get the neutrons, you take the atomic number, which is the smaller number, and subtract it from the atomic mass, which is going to be your larger number. Yep. And that's going to give you the number of neutrons. Rule number 3: the electrons are equal to the protons. They're equal. If you've got 3 protons, you've got 3 electrons. However, the charge will either add or subtract electrons. So whatever that charge is, that's going to either add or subtract electrons. So let's take a look at an example over here. Here we have a atom of lithium. So here's our atom of lithium. I've already labeled everything, but I'm going to overview these labels just in case if you have trouble with that on this do now. First we have the atomic mass, the AMUs, up in the top side, top left side. That's the larger number. So there's my atomic mass. My atomic number is directly below that. It's the smaller number. That's my atomic number. Here's my element symbol. That's pretty easy. And then the charge. Now most of you, if you mess up right here, it's with the charge. You'll put charge on there, but you'll forget to tell me what the charge does. This charge right here adds 1 electron. So you got to add 1 electron. If you don't put add 1 electron, then you don't have the charge right. You got to tell me what that charge shows you to do. All right. So now let's start drawing out this atom. So let's start with our nucleus on our lithium atom. So we draw out the nucleus. We're going to have inside our nucleus, we're going to start with the number of protons. And how many protons does this atom have? Well, it's got 3, because that's what the atomic number says. So I'm going to draw out 3 protons.
Looks like a man going, ah.
Looks like a man going, ah. That's what my daughter's saying. Alright, so then I got to solve for the number of neutrons. Now to get the neutrons, I take the atomic number and subtract it from the atomic mass. So 7 minus 3 gives me...
It's 4.
4. Good, I'm glad she's here because I'm terrible at math, right? Alright, so 4. We've got 4 neutrons. So let me draw 4 neutrons in here.
Looks like a man getting his face painted or a chocolate chip cookie.
A man getting his face painted. I'm not quite saying
or
that
the
way.
man.
The moon. Okay, so now we got the moon here. Alright, now we need a label inside that nucleus. So we've got the protons. We've got our neutrons. And now we can move on to our electrons. So let's take a look at the number of electrons that we need. Now remember, for the electrons, we've got 3 electrons. My daughter's telling me to scoot back some here. She's a good production manager. So we've got 3 protons, therefore we're going to have 3 electrons. They are equal. The number of protons and electrons will be equal. However, we got to take a look at the charge. Now, a charge tells us that we have to add 1 electron. It's a negative charge. Electrons are negative. So anytime that we have a negative charge, we have to add electrons. In this case, we only add 1 electron. So instead of having 3 electrons, we have 4 electrons. So we start off. We draw our first cloud. How many electrons can that first cloud hold?
2.
My daughter even knows this. She remembers. 2. It can hold 2 electrons. So I'm going to put 1 electron at the top, 1 at the bottom, because that's where I want to put them. And then I got to go to my second cloud. Now, how many electrons can my second cloud hold?
8.
8. That's right, Aubrey. Good job. So it can hold 8 electrons. How many do I need, though? I only need 2 more. I've already got 2 in the first cloud, so I got to do 2 more. The sensor's over there, sweet girl. It's that thing over there. So I'm going to put 2 electrons at the top of this electron cloud. So then I label this electrons. And now all I have to do to finish this drawing is to put the number of electrons in each cloud at the bottom. So there's 2 in the first cloud and 2 in the second cloud, 2.2. So therefore, this atom has been drawn correctly. But let's do another atom, one with a positive charge on it. So let me erase this, and we'll do one with a positive charge.
bulb. Okay.
All right. The one I'm going to choose is argon. Just because it's the one I want to choose right now. So argon. We're going to take argon. We're going to say that its atomic mass is 40. Its atomic number is 18. And we're going to give it a charge of 2 positive. 2 positive. Now I'm not going to label everything again just because you should already know how to do that. If you need help, just rewind it. You can see how to label it on the last one. But I am going to start drawing the nucleus.
There's 20% of battery left.
Okay, thank you. So now we're going to take a look at the nucleus. This time I'm going to just tell the numbers. Instead of drawing all those individual dots, I'm going to just put the numbers in there. So we're going to take a look at the number of protons. The number of protons is equal to my atomic number.
18.
I've got 18. So I got to put 18p in the top half of that nucleus. Well, then I've got to solve for the number of neutrons. Well, the number of neutrons is going to be the atomic mass minus the atomic number. 40 minus 18.
40 minus 18.
22 neutrons. So there we have 22 neutrons. I put 22 inside that nucleus. Now I go on to my electrons. Now remember, electrons are equal to protons. So I've got 18 protons, therefore I have 18 electrons. I've got to take my charge into account. This is a 2 positive charge. That means I've got to take away 2 electrons. So 18 minus 2 gives me 16 electrons. So we start off with the first cloud. How many can my first cloud hold?
Yes.
2. That's right, 2. So we hold 2 electrons in that first cloud. So I go to my second cloud.
2.
My second cloud can hold how many?
8.
8. So I'm going to go ahead and put all 8 in there.
2, 4, 6, 8.
So I have a total of 10. I need 6 more. So I go to my third cloud. On my third cloud, I'm going to draw 6 more. Now, that gives me a total of 16 electrons. I need to label the electrons. If you forget to do that, you've got the drawing wrong. So you got to label the electrons. And next, I've got to put the number at the bottom that tells me how many electrons I have in each cloud. So in this case, it's going to be 2.8.6. All right. And so now this atom is drawn. And my daughter can turn this off as soon as I do what the wife on Good Luck Charlie does and go, ba-bam! All right. See ya.
Bye.